Meantime, Congressman David Valadao is explaining his time in Congress and what's in store for 2026. 17's Vincent DeMonte sat down with a representative of California's 22nd Congressional District to discuss health care, foreign policy, and even the Zack Scrivner case.
I just represent a district that is a little bit different than a lot of my colleagues, and each one of us has to vote our districts. You got people in different parts of the state that have their own concerns, but mine, healthcare plays a big role in that.
Despite the midterm election being only 11 months away, 2026 is bound to be one politically interesting year to watch. That coming off the heels of 2025, where Kern County faced a government shutdown, a new oil bill expanding the industry in the Golden Empire, and local controversies. I sat down with Representative David Valadao to discuss some of these topics.
The Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, when it was originally passed, obviously created some problems. Healthcare costs are going up across the board, and we know they're going to continue to go up. And so we're working with the rules that are in place now and what we can get across the floor to try to solve some of these problems.
Healthcare continues to be a big issue for members of the Golden Empire. Nearly 63,000 people could lose Medicare coverage due to the big beautiful bills signed last year. Congressman Valadao recently broke with House Republicans to support extending Affordable Care Act subsidies that would lower healthcare premiums for Americans. He shares why he supported the proposal.
I'm in support just because the insurance rates for those folks that are affected by it are going to go up if we don't extend them. And so that's something I've been bringing up to the administration and bringing up to leadership in the House, that this needed to be addressed.
From the attack on Venezuela to comments from the president about owning the country of Greenland, foreign policy has also been top of mind. I asked the congressman if he supported the attack on Venezuela.
I mean, you put a $25 million reward on his head, do you not expect someone to say, well, you thought he was a bad guy too? And so the criticism of not telling Congress, I would love to be in a world that we can trust all of my colleagues in Congress to not leak it and not put the lives of our men and women on the line.
I also asked him about the U.S. potentially owning the country of Greenland.
Greenland would be a huge asset for us as a country. I mean, there's no hiding that, but obviously making sure that we don't do anything that puts us in jeopardy with our allies around the world is something that I think we should take into serious consideration.
Amid calls from local leaders to investigate the case of former County Supervisor Zack Scrivner, I asked Representative Valadao his thoughts on a federal investigation into the case.
There's talk about getting the federal prosecutors involved, which I'm fine with, but the government close to the people is always the best. If our state government hadn't relaxed the laws to make it easier on criminals to go free, this wouldn't even be a situation that we'd be talking about.
You can watch the full interview and discussion with Congressman David Valadao at our website, kget.com.